Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. We had a lot of energy hitting the planet this weekend, a lot of waves of light. And depending on where we are in our journey is kind of how we're experiencing that light. So I just want to explain that light is information, wisdom, and knowledge. And the more we bring into our being, the more we reconnect with who we are within and where we come from and what our purpose is. And in contrast to that, the dark is ignorance, right? When we don't have information, when we go into fear, when we are in chaos, when we're in a negative state of being. So with this new light coming in, it's been really powerful. And you could be experiencing cognitive dissonance where you're just in resistance to information coming in, or you don't want to accept it because it's a little bit of a distraction to your paradigm. And that leads me into kind of right where I went this weekend with my growth. And I really want to share because I physically was experiencing, so I've been physically, if you've been following, had so much pain in my neck and my shoulders. And so I finally sat down and was like, okay, what is going on? But not just actually in my neck. Like my neck is so stiff, I can't even get my chiropractor to adjust it right now. So the other thing that I noticed with this is that when I'm trying to sit in lotus position and do some Om chanting and stuff, I have a lot of problem with my right ankle. And it locks up and it's stiff. So I pulled out my handy little reference guide here, Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. You know I love it if you're watching my videos. And I looked up both the neck and I looked up the ankle. So it had multiple things for each of them, but what resonated the most for me and what was actually the same in the neck and in the ankle is inflexibility, a little bit inflexible. And once I brought that into my awareness and I was like, oh, whoa, so I have been a little bit inflexible in taking in some new things. And I was talking about discernment the other day on my video. And with that, I was processing whether some things were for me and some things weren't for me. And something that had come up, oh my gosh, this is going to take us into a rabbit hole, but I'm so excited to share it all with you. Okay, so what had come up was the god Shiva. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Hindu god Shiva, but that it is the god of destruction. And the only place that I had personally experienced or been introduced to Shiva was with CERN, C-E-R-N, the super collider in over in Europe. And I don't know how I feel about CERN. So I kind of felt concerned about Shiva being represented there. And I'm like, I was seeing destruction as a very negative aspect. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. So then, bam, in comes the book I'm reading. And this is what it says. I just want to read because this hit me so hard. I actually had to put the book down and just meditate on it for the rest of the night because this was a huge, huge paradigm shift for me. It says, some of you find it difficult to think of yourselves as destroyers because you have a belief system about destruction. Yeah, we do. It is a paradigm, and if you get stuck in that vibration and do not smash those ideas, you will become very confined and restricted in experiencing reality. Yes, you are definitely destroyers. You destroy systems where the dark team and ignorance prevail. Light goes in to destroy all systems. And the experience of destruction is relative to how strong or with what fervor consciousness clings to what is being destroyed. Okay, I know I seriously had to put my book down after that. Like this book reads like a blueprint for my life. And here it was. I was all fearful of the god Shiva coming in because I saw it as the god of destruction. And now my book's like, you're a destroyer. So when we have that paradigm belief that, well, destruction is only a bad thing, right? Well, then we can't really open our reality or our thoughts to receiving it in a different way. And what this did was shift my paradigm, it was like a hard right turn. Like, whoa. I don't even know I'm still processing it. So once I took that in and was like, okay, so I started to ask more questions about Shiva and of my guru, Yogi. I asked him about Shiva and I asked what his perspective of Shiva was and how he was taught about Shiva, and we talked about Shiva being the destroyer of the darkness, bringing destruction to the darkness and bringing forth the light. And this was huge for me to really sit back and say, okay, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to bring about the light, which means I'm here to bring about wisdom, knowledge, just consciousness, bringing back, reminding us who we are, letting that light filter into our bodies. So, okay, so I bring all this in, I think about that, and then instantly, I'm in so much pain in my hips. My hips and my upper thighs are just killing me. And I was like, I really felt like I needed to get grounded because there was just so much information coming into me. And I was actually with a friend on an online chat group, and we were just like going back and forth because we were really digging into CERN, and then we were digging into the Mandela effect, and that was blowing my mind. I don't know where you are, if you even know about CERN. I don't know if you know about the Mandela effect. There's a video with a 13-year-old theoretical physicist who explains that CERN is the reason for the Mandela effect. You can dig into this deeper on YouTube. It isn't something that I'm going to sit and debate, but for me, it brought a lot out, and it kind of brought fear. So that's what all that pain was in my hips and in my thighs. I was trying to just see if I wrote it down, but back to my trusty guide here, when I went into hips, and I looked up what those emotions were, right? The emotional aspect that was physically manifesting into my body, into my hip region. Fears making decisions, has nothing to look forward to, lack of emotional and physical self-support, not wanting to accept present experiences, non-accepting of physical experiences. So for me, what resonated was not wanting to accept present experiences, because the idea that CERN changed our timeline and moved us into a different reality, destroyed the universe we were in and moved us into a new universe. It's a little daunting to take in that information. So I read that, and then of course I went over here to thighs, feelings of frustration about moving forward in life, fear of the future. So this really resonated with the information that I was taking in about CERN, about the Mandela effect, and what really was going on. And I was watching some videos, and so CERN is a destroyer, but I think it's just, for me, I'm not really sure what its destruction is. Is it a good destruction? Is it a bad destruction? I don't know. That for me is yet to be seen. And then of course, all the pain was gone in my neck and shoulders. It was just kind of lifted off, because now I was being more flexible about receiving information. I was being flexible about, okay, maybe it's okay to be a destroyer, and maybe that's what I'm here to do. And so now it doesn't need to sit in my neck and my shoulders anymore. And I always kind of feel like Adonis, right? I think Adonis should have been a woman holding the earth up over their shoulders. Honestly, right here after Mother's Day, I think we all as females do this. We try to carry the world on our shoulders, and I think that should be represented equally, standing with a female Adonis standing next to the male statue. And my ankle loosened up after this. And so then, so I had the pain in my thighs and my hips, and about this fear of moving into the future, and really what was CERN about, and the Mandela effect, and this destruction of reality and stuff. And so what I did then is I went to the nursery. I got some plants to, some vegetables and herbs and things to plant in my garden. And I actually just went with my bare hands here. I've got the Mother's Day, I got some henna, and I dug into the earth. So not only, I have my videos about grounding and putting your grounding cord into the planet and reconnecting you and keeping you grounded, putting roots to your feet. But here I actually wanted to literally ground myself. And so I was digging my bare hands into the earth and just reconnecting myself, doing some work with the planet, making myself just feel more connected, more grounded. So when we can do an esoteric grounding of ourselves, but we can also step in and do sorry, I'm a little distracted there. We can do a physical grounding of our body by going out and gardening, going out and working and toiling with the earth and moving the soil around, and just kind of putting ourselves just soulless and reconnecting to the earth and breathing and letting that go. So this weekend was huge for shifts. And if you have a lot coming up for you, feel free to reach out to me. I do complimentary sessions to help people process their emotions, help them process their dramas and their traumas. and really just give you the tools to help you help yourself. So there is obviously so much more that we're going to be getting into. If you are following my show, The Pink Light Project, I will be filming again this Wednesday, and I have a wonderful woman coming today on Wednesday, who will be helping with clearing ancestral karma. And this is actually something I had started 2 weeks ago as a program of clearing my ancestral karma. And then somebody showed up in my life, a good friend of mine who needed some of this done for her. So my friend Dina, who's coming on Wednesday, is absolutely amazing at this. Don't miss the show. It'll be up here. I'm hoping to broadcast it live from my channel, but if not, you can always find it at Pinklight 999 right here where I am. And I'm Making a Difference TV as well. So have a great day. I'm looking forward to bringing you more wisdom and more light as we travel these galactic waves of energy that are hitting our planet. So have a great day. Enjoy your Monday. Bye.